I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now starting. Welcome to Off the Vine. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Bristowe, and today we have a wild one on the podcast. A fearless comedian, if you will. I feel like you're a storyteller with no filter.
No filter. It gets me in trouble a lot.
But it also makes people laugh a lot.
It makes people laugh. And then afterwards, like, why'd you say that? I'm like, oh, is that the line? I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't see lines.
Do you hear people audibly gasp sometimes in your shows?
Yes. But like, oh. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, you've also been on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, a bunch of times. We're really good friends. He really helped me along the way when I was starting.
Really?
Great advice. Showed me how to be like really fearless on stage.
Are you into conspiracy theories?
No, that's just him.
Okay, got
That's
it.
just him. My big conspiracy is how do I get Joe Rogan away from these during normal table conversations? And I'm like, Joe, I've heard this one before. You told it to me the last 4 times we ate.
I bet that's what it is at all times. Well, you've had your own Netflix special. You're hitting the road for your farewell tour, which apparently is the last time we're going to see him until 2027.
Yeah.
So it's so spooky, but also it's like, no, I'm just backpacking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm just going to have fun.
Well, thanks for being here. Yeah. I love New York. Are you born and raised there?
No, I moved there after 10, 12 years in LA.
Oh, yeah.
I was born there, but we moved when I was a baby.
Yeah. Did you love, hate LA? Love, hate relationship? What was it?
When I left, I still loved it. And then I went through a period, same with God, actually, of like hating it after I left. And now I'm like, oh, I'm seeing some benefit in this place.
Really?
The burritos are great. The weather's great. I took a hike February 1st.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like weather like this.
I feel like it's once you remove yourself, you kind of appreciate what it is.
But you also see all the vapid like humans of Los Angeles who are just like, the aesthetic is, they value just all the wrong things.
Oh, it's wild.
You know?
It
the
honestly,
actor world, the influencer world, it's all just like...
I already struggle so bad with that. So I go into LA and I'm like, my body dysmorphia and face dysmorphia just goes to an all-time high.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, but New York's kind of like, New York's like cool pretty though. Like
New York, you have
like
models,
cool.
but you also have some like intelligent like sevens.
Yeah, intelligent sevens is where it's at.
Who leave after you hook up. They go, well, I got work tomorrow. I'm like, oh. I never had that before.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, intelligent sevens. I actually think isn't there a scale that somebody did where it's like on a scale of 1 to 10, a girl should be a 3 on the crazy scale and an 8 on the hot scale.
Yeah.
And like a 7 on the intelligence scale. I like this.
There's an LA myth of like a super cool, super hot chick. Which is possible, but it's not likely.
Like a rare gem.
Yeah.
Like a hidden rare gem, but when you find it, you appreciate it so much.
It's only like the formerly fat. They got a chance.
They started doing their juice cleanses in LA and
they like got some like coolness to them before they...
That's how I feel. I grew up in the smallest town where in Leduc, Alberta. Oh. Just outside of Edmonton in Canada. Canadian. Yeah, I'm Canadian.
I love Alberta.
And I feel like it really like shaped me into who I am today. Like I feel like
Leduc.
I don't even know where I was going to go with that. I think I might have. I was about to get cocky, and I'm going to rewind that.
Cool vibes from Leduc, and then like
yeah, like I got humbled there, and I really built a personality, and then I got out into the real world, and I was like, okay.
Oh, I can use this face for a little bit.
This is it. Could turn into just radio and not cameras, but for now, I will work with what I've got. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What part of? I don't know if you like saying it, but do you like? What part of New York do you live in now?
East Village, Alphabet City.
Oh.
So your
podcast. Do you have a podcast?
You'd Be Tripping. It's a travel podcast.
Cool. Yeah. You like to travel, huh?
Love it.
What is it about traveling for you?
It's the new. It's a discomfort.
Yeah.
And then it's like how it shines light on your own culture and your own way of living, where you're like, oh, I didn't realize there was a different way to do it.
Yeah.
That's LA and New York was the same thing. Like, oh, there's slight. Okay, there's more options.
Totally. It's actually crazy how different those two places are. I always think too, like Hawaii in the States.
In the US, it's way different, right? It's a different country.
Where's your favorite place that you've been where you're like, these people get it?
I mean, the like Southeast Asia and South America, where everyone says like, good afternoon to you when you pass. It's just a standard. You always say like, good afternoon, good morning.
Yeah.
You just always do it. I spent a week, I got back from Southeast Asia. I spent 4 months there. I spent a week in New York trying to get someone to say hello back to me.
Wait, let's talk about you. Like, comedians always make, like, they're my favorite people to have on the podcast because I love people that are undercover not that you're undercover funny, but so like quick-witted that I don't see it coming. And then I'm like, haha, wait, that was really funny, actually.
You got to be in the mood for the laugh. If you're not looking for it, it just seems mean.
Yeah, but that's kind of my sense of humor.
Yeah, nice.
I've said this a million, trillion, billion times, but on my season of I was on The Bachelor, I thought for sure I was going to be the villain because my jokes are like mean, but I get myself in trouble for my mean jokes, but I think they're hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like, the jokes were not landing with the girls in the house, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm going to be the villain.
There's this thing after like a first date when, you know, you text afterwards, check in if it went well.
Yeah.
And if the chick is like, that was really great, I really loved it, what a fun time. And you also had a fun time, it's obvious.
Right.
Both had a fun time, and you go, I hate it, I hope you kill yourself. Listen, any cool girl will be like, that's ridiculous, that's funny.
Yeah.
And then one out of five will be like, what's that supposed to mean? I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna work.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
That's what I said. With The Bachelor, he was this farmer. I didn't know what his sense of humor was going to be. And out of the limo, because he was a farmer, I was like, well, you could plow my field any day. And I was like, if he doesn't get this, send me home. You got to figure it out right away.
Can I ask you a question about
Please.
that type of show?
Please.
Are you more susceptible to fall in love because cameras are on?
There's so many things involved. One, cameras. So you're like, well, I can't be the girl that's just like, well, I'm actually not into him. Because then you're going home and why'd you go on the show?
Yeah.
But then there's the manipulation of producers who are also like making this person seem like they are God's gift to women. So they're like brainwashing you to think.
Buy into it.
Oh, you buy so hard into it. Then I'm a competitive little bitch.
Okay.
So then there's a bunch of other girls where I'm like, well, now I'm competitive and I want to win, which people don't like when people go on for the wrong reasons. I had a bunch of reasons. Some were wrong, some were right. I was just there for the experience and I wanted to fall in love, but I was like, this is fun. Just go travel on TV and I don't know.
Where'd they send you?
Iowa.
Oh, whoa. Oh, it was the farmer ones?
Yeah. Oh. But I did get to go to Bali. And then
Bachelor stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
he dumped me in Bali, but I got to spend a full week there and I was not mad. I was like brainwashed, and then as soon as I got out of the like bubble, I was like, oh, did I even like him?
You see women crying when they're sent off first.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're drunk.
Okay.
They could be on their period. They're drunk. I'm so emotional at a certain time of the month. And also you're up for hours. So you don't sleep you're like locked in a hotel for days. So you don't sleep. So you're already going crazy. Yeah. Then you don't have a phone. You can't talk to anybody. Then you go in and from, I don't know, probably 8 p.m. you're there until 8 a.m. And then the like pressure of everything and everyone's drinking. And then all of a sudden he sends you home and you're like, nobody loves me. I'm a piece of shit. And now everybody in the world knows it.
Is that the rose one?
Yeah.
Do you keep the rose?
Like for life?
Do they give you a rose when you're off?
They give you a rose when you stay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like dry it out and keep it if it was the off one.
I did for a while and I lost it. I know. The guy that I picked on, so then I became the bachelorette, so I got to hand out the roses. The guy that I picked kept all of his roses. And then we didn't work either. But I wonder if he still has them.
I wonder if Bali's a good place or a bad place to get dumped in.
It was a spiritual place to get dumped in.
Yeah, you can really connect with that.
Yeah. I like went and had a good cry in the Indian Ocean.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. I mean,
got
it
to
is
eat
paradise.
some really, really good heartbreak food. I got peed on by a monkey. It was great.
Got peed on?
I did. I like to say that's good luck.
Is that good luck? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
You try saying that and they're all like, no.
They're like, actually, they just pee on people.
Rain on Tuesday is good luck. That's not on our list.
That's really not a thing. And I'm like, shut up. I just got dumped in a sarong with my hair in a bun. Leave me alone. But yeah, that show's crazy.
Did he dump you early or late in the trip?
So, okay, this was the best part because I was the first to go. So I had my first date. There's 3 girls left. I had my first date. So I got to go for the full week. So while the other girls had their date, I got to just enjoy Bali.
Wow.
So then towards the end of the week is when they then went back to, I think, Iowa, and I had to go home. But I got to have a week in Bali. It's
great.
It's amazing.
What a cool place.
Yeah, it was. It holds a really special memory in my heart. I always say I want to do a tour where I go laugh in the places that I once cried, and Bali might be one of them.
Take it back.
Yeah. Take my power back there.
I like that.
I feel like Bali's a good place for that. Wait, don't you have something against, not the show Bachelorette, but what is your take on bachelorette parties? Don't you have something
on... Yeah, they're disgusting.
Like penis
Are you public
straws?
with what town you're in? You live in?
Yes.
Yeah, Nashville's a bachelorette town.
It's the
and
capital.
it's like second marriage bachelorettes too, which is even worse.
Oh, shit.
It's like 38-year-old women. All their friends are like, we get to party one more time.
Yeah.
It's like bars with like smoke and lasers in it and
Yeah.
like 9 people.
Yeah.
Playing cover songs. It's just so tacky.
How do you feel about penis straws?
Listen,
And the sashes?
I'm all about dressing up for a thing, but I don't want that around me.
Yeah.
Go do it at your cabin somewhere.
Yeah, maybe a cabin. I'm
Yeah,
just
or
so
Vegas,
anti-penis
fine.
straws. I'm like, you guys.
Also, have you never seen a dick before? What are we talking
come
about? You guys aren't
on.
virgins.
I know.
What are
Everybody
we
acts
talking
like it's
about?
a one last hurrah. You've been taking that dick for years.
And like half the people, I'm like, I know you cheat.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, the
Are
amount
we
of
putting that away for the weekend?
the amount of TikToks I see when it's like, if this is your man, I'm so sorry. And people are now just like recording guys in bars in Nashville, like on a bachelor party, like
Just talking to someone?
dancing with the girl. And I'm like, God, nobody's safe anywhere anymore.
Nobody's safe. I
Nobody's
got scolded
safe.
once. I saw somebody drunk, passed out on McDougal Street, and I was like, went to tape it, and David Tell was like, you've never been drunk like that? Don't record that. I'm like, you're right.
Okay, let's get into your tour, the big one. Okay, the farewell tour. What's going on? Are you actually disappearing until 2027?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm going to traveling. I'm going to sell all my stuff.
Tell me everything.
We'll give them most of my stuff. My stuff's not worth anything. IKEA is not made for moving. It's
You're
made
giving
for one
it all
setup.
away?
Yeah, I'm going to put
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to backpack through either Asia or South America
Cool.
for like a year.
Okay, I love this because you're on this tour. You're in
Yeah.
Nashville right now for your tour. And is this part of the farewell tour?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Go
okay.
through April.
Well, what inspired this trip? Like, I mean, I think we could all use a mental break and go and
100%,
off.
right?
Are you going to be on social media at all?
Nope. So the last time I went, I locked myself out of everything. So I changed my I went like this to change my
This is
passwords.
not a like quick time. It's not like a week vacation.
A year, and then it'll take me 6 months to get
Okay.
good enough to
Okay.
like sell tickets again.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm hoping to be completely free. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. It's a short life.
It really is.
I want you to work for forever, but
I always thought my parents were lying to me when they said the older you get, the faster time goes. And even though I'm older now and I'm almost 40, I'm still like, no, there's a glitch. Like it shouldn't go this fast.
yeah, I know, right? When you're a kid and it's like a week till Christmas, you're like, that's going to take a year.
Wait, are you gonna have like? You should get
No
like
social media.
You
Clips
should
will
get a
come
flip
out.
phone.
I've had one for a long time. I just got back to a smart one and it sucks.
Oh wow! What is
It
what is
blows.
having a flip phone like? What's the best part? Social media, not having social media.
Total like pay attention to people.
Yeah.
I was with Nikki Glazer before she hit kind of big. She's
Yeah.
a comic, and I was like, well, I wouldn't be talking to you, Nikki. We're like friendly, but I'd be on my phone.
Right.
And now here I'm having like a full discussion with you. 'cause
Right.
This is not entertaining me at all.
Yeah, yeah. Flip phone will not entertain you. Does it have Snake?
It had Snake.
Oh,
I
sick.
could do that. Once you master Snake, though, get a full screen.
I think I did master Snake at one point in my
Yeah.
Nokia career.
Just really get it.
I really liked that
But
game.
then I'm gonna have like I'm like 30 weeks ahead of my podcast.
Whoa.
They're all evergreen. You'd be tripping, so it's all like whenever it comes out, it comes out. So
That's a
those will come out every
dream.
week.
I
Yeah.
do think at one point in my career, though, I would like to have a flip phone and see what my mental health does.
You
for a
can
month.
always go back. Jelly Roll just got a
Always.
flip phone.
Really?
Yeah, you would need to like do stuff from your home.
Yeah.
And then so like New York, it's hard. I would just find people like, hey, do you know which way so and so is?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I'm like, I have a flip phone. I'll take a step back. I'm like, all right, let me help you. You can just find
They're
it.
like, "Are you
learn
homeless,
landmarks.
sir?"
Yeah. You learn Empire State Building's north. So I got to go that way. You just
I'd be
figure it out.
hooped.
What?
I like. Oh, that's Canadian.
What?
I like figuring.
Yeah, the sun. You figure that out. If you're in Leduc.
Yeah. No, we don't see that.
Oh, right. Well, summertime.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like I try to not rely on my Waze and Apple Maps because I'm like, no, figure it out, Kaitlyn. You've lived in Nashville for 8 years.
Yeah. You should know by now, right?
I should know by now, but I will never be the girl that knows which way north is. I don't even know where the sun sets.
Sun's always in the south.
I'll forget that tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Sun sets in the south and
Southwest.
southwest and
But
rises.
it's always on the south. So it's like you're here and it'll go from like the east to the west, but below you.
Oh,
But then summer, it's maybe get right above you.
too
I don't know. Yeah,
confusing
it's
for
tough.
me. It's
Yeah.
too confusing. I'm like, what do we carry? Compass? All right, who doesn't love a little luxury? I know I do, but I also love a good deal. That's why I love Quince. It's my secret to getting high quality, timeless pieces without the insane markup. They have everything from buttery soft leather crossbody bags and elevated loungewear sets to the perfect lightweight trench coat and even hotel quality bedding. And the best part is their prices are 50 to 80% less than similar brands. You might be like, how? Well, they work directly with top factories, so no middleman, no ridiculous markups, just premium pieces at shockingly good prices. And Quince only partners with factories that follow ethical and sustainable practices, so you can also feel really good about what you're buying. I recently got the Responsible Down Long puffer jacket. Oh, let me tell you, I am obsessed with it. It's so warm, but it's also so lightweight without the like stiff, bulky feel. I've worn it everywhere from morning coffee runs to freezing airport travel, outdoor games. It actually looked chic while keeping me cozy. I really love it. And for the price, honestly, unreal. So if you're ready to upgrade your wardrobe or your home without breaking the bank, go to quince.com/fine for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/fine. Quince.com/fine. Whew, after that holiday chaos, I feel like my home always needs some serious TLC between the decorations, just extra clutter all the time, people in and out of my house, the general post-holiday mess. I feel like I'm just ready for a reset, and honestly, decluttering and refreshing my space always makes me feel so much more balanced. I try and do it quarterly. So that's where Wayfair comes in. Whether you're organizing, redecorating, or just looking for a little home upgrade, Wayfair has everything that you need all within budget. I just ordered this like gorgeous new entryway bench with hidden storage because I need somewhere to stash all the random shoes. The shoes and bags just pile up by my door. So I was like, oh, how genius. Hidden storage. Let me tell you, it's perfect. It keeps everything neat and actually makes my space look intentional instead of chaotic. Plus, it was super affordable and arrived really fast with free delivery. We love that. Another reason I love Wayfair, whether you need spring-inspired decor, cozy new seating, kitchen upgrades, closet organization to finally get your life together, Wayfair's huge selection makes it so easy to find exactly what works for you. And let's just talk convenience for a second. Free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff, and they'll help you set it up. No stress, no hassle. So if your home could use a refresh, head to wayfair.com right now. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Do you like meet girls on the road? Do you like doing that? I feel like, musicians, people that travel, like to meet people. What's your dating life like?
I've had over the years, there've been like a couple different versions of it. Either show some skank, which is also fine. Yeah. Or like, you ever do like a week-long girlfriend?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, or boyfriend or whatever.
I did do that.
Or anything. Yeah. And it's just like, let's hit it off for a while. I had a fling at Bonnaroo one year.
Fun.
And it was like, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend for 5 days.
What? And then nothing?
And then see ya. We met up one more time in like St. Pete.
Oh, God, when you get on the same page as someone, it really, and the same page to be able to say goodbye at the same time. Clean slate.
Yeah.
Toodaloo. Sounds nice.
I had a chick in Edinburgh. I was there for a comedy festival.
Yeah.
And she was in grad school there. And it was like, went out once and then went out again. And she's like, you want to have a festival fling? And I knew what that meant. And I was like, yes.
Yes, I
100%.
do.
Show me around this town.
That's funny. When did you really start blowing up as a comedian?
Little by little.
Yeah.
But probably like 10, 12 years in.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a lot of like miring and mediocrity for a while.
Was it like the
Nikki
grind?
had that too.
Yeah.
It's just the grind, but it's also so fun.
I mean, you have a really good following on social media.
Uh-huh.
Is that like overwhelming? Do you like it? Because I feel like comedians sometimes back in the day, I guess, you could have just a low profile and go show up and say the most inappropriate shit, where now you're like, uh-oh, social media.
It's a little weird. So like before when I started, you could talk about like family members or loved ones and you're like, it's fine. Nobody's listening.
Right.
And now it's like, oh, this might get back to them.
Because you never know what's going to go viral either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's like,
I've been there.
oh, am I allowed to share this about someone else's life?
Yeah.
I try to change names sometimes or like.
Oh, I should just do that.
If I am dating anybody, if I'm like, you just talk about them differently.
How did you meet your new girl?
I don't know. I just met her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this new?
It's whatever.
Do you have like a type?
I like girls who laugh at my jokes in the right way. That turns me on.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a time all over the place.
Yeah.
Like all sorts of different types.
Huh, great.
What about you? You like athletes?
I like hockey players.
Yeah, the hockey players get all the tail in Canada.
Yeah, they do. Too much, actually. It turns them into really bad people. Yeah.
Yeah. They fight. They're just tough. They're kissed up since they were like 14.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
I think this might go for a lot of athletes though. I feel like hockey players always come from good families who like always took them to games and they were like,
can't be poor doing it.
yeah, you can't be poor doing it. They always show up. They're like supportive. They literally have like the families.
Yeah, they should be good people then.
I think they are. And then I think they get a little too big for their bridges and then they go backwards.
Yeah.
But they've always got good senses of humor. I feel like they always come from a small town and humble beginnings.
Yeah.
They're hard workers and they've got great butts from skating.
Interesting.
I like
That's
a
what you're
shelf.
into.
I like if you can rest a drink on a butt.
Yeah, nice.
And they've got that. Few missing teeth, hot.
A few missing teeth for sure.
Broken nose. I've never dated a guy with a good nose.
Because of that. Oh, they're always so beat up. They're like, I'm fine. Just
Yeah.
some stitches. No big deal.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I'm kind of turned on by it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little different now because I have dated a few.
Yeah.
Now I get around them and I just feel like I can hang and I feel like I'm one of them almost. Like I'm like, I get your game. And it doesn't turn me on anymore. I see through it. I see
it's
through it.
You see a direct line to where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is going to be nonstop fighting, me hating myself for giving you another chance.
Yeah. And then I'm probably, I don't know if you're good enough to stay in the NHL. I might have to move to Germany and live that,
do that again.
through. I can't do it. I got a life to live over here. But
You got to get a predator.
But no, I think I'm over the hockey players.
We got someone on the prowl.
Now I really like nice guys.
Yeah.
They have to be funny, nice, and want to do something good in the world.
Oh, I want to do something good. I'm funny, but I'm a so yeah, I'm an asshole sometimes. So
I love that
I'm not
word.
the guy for you.
Well, all that like in dating you are?
No, I'm a pretty nice boyfriend.
Oh.
I'm a terrible ex-boyfriend. I'm a terrible ex-boyfriend.
Like because you'll use them in your comedy skits?
I'm just like I get so butthurt
Oh, yeah, I do too.
over the years, and I'm just like, I can't just be like, let's get over it.
But do you get butthurt or do you remove yourself and then see so much toxicity that you're like, how did I do that for so long?
Yeah, you ever find somebody who's like, a chick will be like, oh, what happened to the boyfriend? She's like, I hate him. I think he was gay. I'm like, wait, so what you're really saying is you dated a gay guy for 3 years. Like, I don't think you realize what you're saying.
I think I did date a gay guy, actually. He was a ballet dancer.
That's for sure gay.
Or just maybe really bisexual.
Okay. Like 98% bisexual.
Yeah, because I crept him on Instagram and I think he did have a girlfriend for a minute.
Yeah, beards. They
He's
do it
hot.
once in a while.
Yeah. I clearly don't have a type. Ballerinas,
You don't
hockey
have,
players.
Yeah, it's all over the place. That's all over the place. You don't have a type, huh?
I don't.
I like chicks with tattoos.
Do you really?
That gets me.
Like mega
Bad girls.
sleeves?
Yeah, like full sleeves, the leg stuff, the thigh
shit.
stuff.
Oh, shit. What is it? Because you know they like want to...
I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some clues. Like if you see any chick who smokes, not a virgin.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah,
if they smoke, they.
Yeah. That's
No,
a
there's
good
no
one.
sleeve of tattoos, virgins.
No,
You know.
that's true.
But then also like sometimes like style really turns me on. Like
Like Eagles sweats.
she's not my face type, but Chaperone, I'm like, she does something to me.
Really?
Yeah.
She did something to me too.
Really?
Yes, I'm obsessed with Chapel Roan.
You should go by with Chapel.
Okay.
I'll
Chapel.
chaperone you. I'll chaperone you.
Yeah.
If you guys
Ew.
needed to be safer. Lamb sucks. That was terrible.
I liked it actually. I mean, I did pity laugh a bit because you're a guest on my podcast, but
Yeah, lean into it.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she's wearing a Degas like dress with a fucking jellyfish in her head.
Yeah, she's
and she
like
pulls it off.
edgy and historical at the same time. Like she's
Just
like a
such
piece of
style.
history. Yeah, I don't know. There's something. I agree. She's almost like there's something mysterious about her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amy
I agree.
Winehouse too. Like I was the first to say she's ugly.
Love
People
Amy
like, no,
Winehouse.
she's not. I'm like, but then eventually it was like, ooh, but that style.
Oh, did you watch her documentary? Or even the
I
one
watched one of them.
where somebody played her? That was
I
really
couldn't
good.
watch that. Was it good?
I didn't think it was going to be a watch. You know when you watch something on a plane and you're like, I know this is going to be bad?
Yeah.
That I did. And I thought I was going to fall asleep. Loved it.
Did they do that scene where they show them coming up with a song?
Yes. Yes.
What was it? Was it Rehab?
Back to black.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Say that again? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. You got to go to rehab, Amy. No.
That's like that song, you know, I think her name is Sarah Bareilles. Well, of course I know Sarah
remember her.
Bareilles, but I think she wrote the song, I'm Not Gonna Write You a Love Song. You know that song? I'm not gonna write you a love song
song
because you
catchy.
asked for it. That it was because her writers told her she needed to write a love song, and
That's her response.
yeah, that was her response.
Cool.
And then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make that a song." That's cool, right?
Do you think Travis Kelce, every time he like leaves dishes in the sink or does anything, goes, "This is gonna be a song"?
Yes.
As soon as we break up, this is all thought of for songs. You're nuts, Travis Kelce. Her track record is there.
I thought the same thing. Anyone that dates her has to know that every detail is going to be in an album if you break up, because that's what makes her storytelling so brilliant, is her specific
And she's
stories.
like, I'm only tapping into the heartbreak. I'm not tapping into the good parts of them. So they're going to get the raw deal on this. But it's just like, I mean, you talk about talking shit about a guy on a podcast, bad. Writing a top 5 hit that's there for generations.
Yeah.
Whew.
For billions to hear.
Oh my God.
That's why Travis changed. He's on his best behavior now. I partied with him one time. Not the Travis we know now.
He's a fame whore. He really wanted to date someone famous.
I really wanted him to be interested,
into you?
but he was not. He was not. He looked right past me. I was like,
Really?
yeah. I think he was interested in one of my friends, though. And I was like, damn it, that makes sense. Athletes don't like tiny girls. Athletes want to breed other athletes.
Oh, interesting.
So they want tall, athletic women, not tiny little drowned rats.
Unless you're so big. Like Shaquille O'Neal always had like 5'1". There was always pictures of them up to his waist.
That's the kind of girls he'd date?
Yeah, and then you
How
see
did they not
somebody put a
break
picture
him in
up of like the end of his bulge. And it was like here to here, and they put it right against her, and it was from like here to here.
They couldn't have sex because she'd die.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You'd be in the other room and still do it.
Shaquille O'Neal is I saw him in person once and I was like, bleh.
Yeah.
Like, how?
It's crazy.
It really, the NBA players the size of, well, I mean, not hockey players, but football players, basketball players are next level
monsters.
huge. Yeah, they are monsters. Hot, sexy, rich monsters. What do people like expect when they come to your kind of comedy show? What is your?
It's filth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ever scared about people canceling you?
No, it's
Because I feel
happened
like
so
we're
many
kind
times.
of I feel like we're kind of past that culture, like
Yeah.
especially with comedians. I feel like people tried to take down comedians so hard, but now they're like, no, this is why we like comedians. You say what other people can't.
Yeah. The Gen Z is great. Gen Z is like super into comedy. They
Really?
understand it. Gen Z is like, they saw the heirs of their aunts and uncles, and they go, we don't want to be that mean. We don't want to be that angry all the time.
Oh,
It's not everybody, you know.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But like, you're a millennial in some things, but
Yeah.
not in others, you know.
so you're a filthy comedian.
Yeah, and when you're offensive, the point is people go, oh, but still be
Yeah.
having a good time.
Right.
But then 3 white chicks will usually leave going, this is not a good time. And you're like, it's not for you. Somebody should have told you.
Yeah,
not to
I was
come.
gonna say, do you get offended if people leave your show, or are you like, this clearly is not for you?
It's not for you. I'm
Yeah.
not mad. It's like, listen, I'm trying to entertain everybody.
Yeah.
I'd be super happy if everyone had a good time.
Right.
But if you don't, that's also funny.
Yeah. What is your like big audacious goal for the future in comedy for yourself?
I want to keep making specials.
Yeah.
I want to help other comedians make their specials and help them find their like paths. You know,
Yes.
I've done this longer than some people, so I have a ability to.
Because you had a
to help them.
Netflix special. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
And then I also produced my friend's Netflix special like a few months before that.
Wow.
Yeah, we got Louis to direct it.
Cool.
Yeah, it was just like she couldn't do it on her own, so we just had to pull her by the hair and like make her do it.
Yeah, just
You know?
beat the shit out of her.
But then it felt cool, like you're helping her make something.
Yeah.
You're like a part of it.
I want to do a documentary. I don't know what I'd do.
Really?
I want to make one. Yeah.
About what?
I don't know. I think I'm like, I live so many different lives. It would have been way more interesting to watch in my 20s. Now I'm kind of boring.
About Leduc? About yourself?
About myself.
Interesting.
I like, my girlfriend is always like, the amount of lives you've lived. I have some crazy ass stories. Like things that I have signed NDAs for that I can't even share with the class. Crazy stories. And they always happen to me through my 20s into my 30s.
You drank?
Do I?
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's how you get stories.
Drank, dabbled in not heavy drugs.
I cracked my tooth 2 weeks ago on Molly.
Oh,
I was grinding so hard.
No.
Yeah, it was good Molly, bro. It was pre-pandemic Molly. I found it in the freezer. It said
Stop.
Mandy on it. And I was like, wait, when is this from? This is like
You can
2019.
freeze Molly?
I don't know. It was in there by accident. That's where I put my mushrooms, allegedly. And
Allegedly.
And then I was looking for, and I was like, oh.
So you tried it out? Were you alone?
No, I was with a chick.
Oh.
It was great. Hit her in 10 minutes, which is like, I'm like, no way. And then it hurt me in 15. It was so smooth and good.
Really? And then you chipped your tooth.
And it wasn't chipped. I mean, it was cracked all the way down. I had to get to the dentist the next day.
What did you say to your dentist?
Dentist, I said, I don't know what happened. Dental tech, they're cool. I told.
Got it.
Yeah.
Why dentists aren't cool? They'll judge you.
They went to a nice college. They're like good people. They drive Beamers and shit. But dental techs are trash.
That's funny.
Yeah, you can share drug stories with trash all the time.
That's true. They're probably like, I've been there.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I understand.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was too much sugar. I'm like, no, maybe, but that's not the issue.
Wait, I saw something online the other day where they can like tell if you just recently gave head or something. Dentists can tell.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Look this up.
Can dentists tell if you, I know they can tell if you haven't been brushing
or flossing.
Yeah.
My favorite is that meme when people are like, the dentist is like, when's the last time you flossed? And you're like, bro, you were there. Last year.
Yeah.
You were there.
My dentist is I'm like, I floss every day. She goes, well, let me show you. She went like that. I'm like, that's blood.
Yes, right?
It says yes. How? Because you suck their dick. That's how they know.
Interesting.
If you're
right?
a dentist and you know your patient just blew somebody, do you mention it? Do you like dance around it and like
hey,
just fuck with them a little bit?
Just small talk, like, what were you doing earlier?
You got a boyfriend now or just a rando?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Did you
rinse.
Did you have liquid marshmallow today? What's that stuff called?
Fluff.
Fluff.
Yeah.
Were you eating fluff earlier? What's this? Only if it bruises.
Oh, God
God.
damn. Max hardcore blowjobs.
Okay, no thanks.
Jesus.
I'm not just saying this for shock value, was at the dentist today. I wonder what they thought.
What's up with a woman's point of view, the gag thing?
What about it? I hate
into
it.
it. Yeah, I'm not into it, but it's in every porn. So I feel like every chick now
Porn is
like,
such a lie.
I should be doing that.
No, porn is what's fucking up everybody's sex life because they think that and then they're faking these noises and certain things that they don't like just because they think guys would like it because in porn guys like it.
Yeah.
Porn ruins everything.
Expectations are wild. Make your own noises, ladies.
Yeah.
Make your own noises. Your noise is the right noise.
Yeah. You don't have to do what
Let loose a little, but
let your freak flag fly, but don't try and no, thank
Ew,
you.
What?
Honestly, I have like a fear of throwing up, so that would never happen to me. I won't. Actually, the other day, about 8 days ago to be exact, I had a throat swab because I thought I had strep throat. I didn't. And she had to do it 3 different times because I was like, I'd pull her wrist out of, I'd be like, oh, and I'd be like, don't do that to me. And I'd like, my eyes were like, I was like crying and she's like, I'm so sorry, I have to go back in. And I was like, no. So that clearly would never happen to me.
Have you ever thrown up during sex?
Have I ever what?
Thrown up during that?
No. Do people do that?
One time, it's just chick. I was in the back seat of a rental car. We were just. It was. There was nothing mouth related, and it was pretty hard.
And she just barfed?
She was like, I hadn't had sex in a while. And she was like, and just like, she was pretty embarrassed. But I was like, it's a rental. I don't care.
Was she drunk?
No. It was like nuts. I was like, what is that? She goes, it's just been a while.
I've never heard that excuse in my life. Throw up. Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Were you like
doggy style? But
oh,
like in the back of a, I don't know.
Well, congrats to you, sir, because
I don't know
clearly you
what's
went
connected
into
there.
her
Maybe
guts.
her throat's too far down, or her lungs are. Yeah.
I'm like, I want to come to your show tonight. Is this the kind of stuff we're
She
talking
was so
about?
embarrassed, but I was like, this is legit cool. Don't be embarrassed
If
about this.
that ever happened to me, I would never speak to that person again.
Agreed, you shouldn't.
Oh.
I get why you should be embarrassed, but I'm telling her not to be.
You thought it was cool because you're like,
yeah. Crushed it.
You're like, I really gave it to her. Did she talk to you after?
Once, and then it was like, it's too embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be like, I would never have sex again if I threw up. That's
done.
So
yeah.
I drink like I like drinking. I have my own wine label clearly, and I have partied in my days, and I've never thrown up in my life from drinking. Not once. Superpower. Not once. I think once or twice in like, I think I was 19, I got the spins, but I have
still no barf.
No barf. And I'm 39. So everyone's like, oh, you just wait till in your 30s.
You've done it.
Nope.
So you don't know about puke and rally?
I know all about it, but I haven't done it.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought that was an
sit with
Alberta term.
nausea and not release it?
I don't get nauseous. I also don't get hungover.
Super. Wow.
I think it's my Canadian liver. I actually just
Canadians,
went over.
I have a rule. Don't try to keep up with Australians or Canadians.
100%.
Don't try to keep up with them.
And I'm like,
Throw
I'm
drinks
not
away.
even bragging. Like, I'm like, this is just like a crazy fact. All right, you little lovebirds out there and you self-love queens. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. And whether you're with your soulmate, your partner, just giving yourself a little extra TLC, let's make sure it's a good one, okay? What better way to treat yourself than with a little pleasure? That's right, I'm sending out a ton of free vibrators thanks to Bellesa Boutique. You heard me correctly, free. Now, if you're not familiar with Bellesa Boutique, let me fill you in. I see them everywhere. It's a woman-founded sexual wellness company that's all about making products that are gorgeous, thoughtful, and actually made for us women. And you know that air vibe everyone's been losing their minds over? It's like that little red suction toy. It's absolutely taken over. Best part is it comes in this discreet charging case that makes it so easy to take on the go, even though we shouldn't be ashamed, but it's everything. But Bellesa isn't just about the products. They even have a dog policy. So if your dog chews up your vibrator, no problem. They'll replace it, but only if you send them a pic of your dog. And I'm actually serious. And don't stress because shipping is 100% discreet. So go ahead, treat yourself, and we are giving away free vibrators and gift cards to literally everyone who signs up. Just click the link in the episode description or head over to bboutique.co/vine. That's bboutique.co/VINE. What are you waiting for? Get yours and make this Valentine's Day a little more exciting. Okay, I'm going to put you on to a little something, a hot tip, if you will, from one big wine guy to another. If you are going to drink wine in any amount, a glass, a bottle, you need to be drinking one that's low sugar. High sugar content in wine is the main culprit for hangovers, and a high sugar wine is not good. Nobody's got time for that. So next time the mood strikes for a nice, crisp glass of vino, pick up a bottle of Spade and Sparrows. All 4 varietals are low sugar, made in California, and of course, female founded by yours truly. You can locate your nearest bottle today by visiting spadeandsparrows.com/in-store. All 4 Spade and Sparrows varietals are honestly crowd pleasers. I don't think we've gotten any bad reviews. They're super easy drinking. It's what I drink for wine. And of course, like I said, all low sugar. Find Spade and Sparrows in the wine aisle at Target in Florida, Texas, Georgia, Ohio, Oklahoma, Louisiana, or various other retailers across the U.S. or shop online at spadeandsparrows.com. And of course, my little vino community, you can use code OFFTHEVINE to receive 15% off your first order. Spade and Sparrows, great wine without the rules. I'm like, you have to go. You have a hard out because you got a show tonight, anyways. But
it's not that hard.
What time is your show? 7:30.
7 to 7:30.
What do you do to prep for it?
At this point, nothing.
Do you have beverages?
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's a one show night tonight too, so I'll be
nice.
tying it on.
That's nice because
And go out in
sometimes we'll do
Nashville.
back-to-back shows, and I'm like, that's got to be. What do you think the crowd's gonna be? Have you done a Nashville show?
I love it here.
Oh, you do?
It's got there's a couple cities that have real misconceptions about them.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City's one.
Oh, for sure.
Because what do you know about Salt Lake City?
Mormons.
Absolutely.
Sober.
They're not coming to the shows.
Yeah.
So the ones who are coming are so anti-Mormon, are
And
so
they're probably
sick
implants from like somewhere else too.
They all, if you get out of Mormonism,
Yeah.
full sleeve instantly. So everyone's like, oh, Nashville's like Bible Belt. And you're like, no, this is a music town. It's hookers and drugs.
Yeah.
Every biopic or biopic about any Nashville star,
Yeah.
it's all hookers and drugs.
Yeah.
They're cool people here.
They're cool people.
Yeah.
I've been to a few comedy shows in Nashville. I've actually performed at Zany's before.
Really?
For a podcast, not like stand-up. I'm always like, oh, is this crowd going to be weird? And they never are. They're always a good crowd. And if they aren't, you just can call them out for being like, what are you, Bible Belt? Like this is,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I
What'd you
feel
want?
like, yeah. And then they love that too. But people who show up to a comedy show, I feel like they're kind of like,
They already
you gotta,
signed up.
you know, there's a certain type of breed that like that shit.
Yeah, for the most part.
For
It's
the
when
most
people
part.
who don't know, they sign up or they come for a different reason. They hear about something and they're like, oh, that'd be great. I'll go see it. I'm like, oh, it's way worse than that.
Right. Why do I have in my notes proper STD call etiquette? Do you have an STD call etiquette?
Yeah, it's okay. So this is speaking for someone who has done it wrong.
Okay.
You can't text.
It's like a breakup. You can't do it over a text.
Yeah, you can't. Although these days I heard people can because all the relationships are only on text pretty much.
I wouldn't be offended if someone broke up with me through text. I'd be
How
like,
many dates in are we talking about? A year in?
yeah.
A year in, they could text you like, I don't want to do this anymore. No way.
Honestly, I don't know. It depends if I was like obsessed with them or if I was like, oh, okay. It depends.
I'll say a pretext like, hey, I'm going to call you. We got to talk. Get
But
your
if
mind
somebody
ready.
was telling me I had an STD and they text me, I'd be a little mad.
Yeah. But also then how do you make the call? Do you go right to it or do you go, hi, how you doing? Especially
No, you go right to it.
You haven't f***ed in a while. It was like 3 weeks ago. And then like, I'm not going to call them again. Like, damn, now I have to call them.
Okay. So you think the
I'm
etiquette...
on my end of it. If I'm getting a call from a chick who I haven't...
Yo, how would you like to receive that call?
First of all, I've never gotten that call.
Okay. You've had to make the call, but
yes,
you've
but I think there's definitely someone I've hooked up with that has gotten an STD within 5 months of me hooking up with them. So I should have gotten that call.
Wow.
People are just cowards.
Never have I ever had an STD either.
Nothing?
Not
even
once.
chlamydia?
And
The warning shot of STDs?
Not even chlamydia. And I got around in my 20s. Wow. Nothing. No hangovers, no STDs.
Do you think you're immune from herpes? I used to think that.
Maybe.
I never got it, but I used to think like when you hook up with like some bad people in a row, and you're like, I should have gotten it by now.
Surely.
Like, how have I not?
Surely
they should test my blood. I might be the cure.
What do I got that nobody else has?
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, etiquette.
So you got to call.
Yeah.
I think you got, we're brainstorming here. There's no right move.
Okay.
You got to call. You got to, but then you got to get to it.
Yeah, you got to get to it
if
right
you
away.
do too much small talk, then like, you didn't tell, you had me on the phone for 20 minutes and didn't tell me that.
Now, is the thing that you found out after and now you're giving them a heads up, or did you know while you hooked up with them and you were...
Oh, no, you can't. I've never done that.
Okay,
I've never done that.
That's bad.
I've never done that.
Okay.
Yeah, like, what do you say even? It's like, hey, you always say like, it might be this, even though you know it is. You know?
It's a really simple fix.
Give it some outs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this on YouTube? It will be, right?
Yeah.
Okay, comments. What's the right way? What have you done? What have you seen that has been the wrong way? Yeah.
So you had to do it. So what was the response?
I did send a text once, and it was with a chick. We talked about how you can't send a text, but I was driving, and it was going to be another 5 hours. I was in and out of the mountains, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you're going to hook up with anybody tonight. You should not. And she was like, you really sent me a text? I'm like, I just had to get the word to you.
Oh, wow.
I was going to follow it up. It was wrong.
But I mean, you're in the mountains. That's always
Yeah.
my excuse too. When I'm like driving and I have like a call that I don't want to do, I'd be like, I'm in and out of the mountains.
I might lose you, and you just hands on the thing. Like, lost you.
I love
Lost
that.
your
I might
airplane
lose you.
mode.
I'm going in and out of the mountains. I'm like, I'm in the mountains. I have a booth behind you, if you will. It's called the confession booth.
Oh boy.
We're gonna follow you in there with a camera.
Oh, this is the reality show shit where you have to talk straight to a camera. Do you get a sense when you're on those things? Is it sort of like you lie to yourself, like no one's here, so no one's gonna see this?
Yes, that's what it felt like. I remember sitting in front of all these cameras, and then I remember sitting in front of one specifically, a producer's here, one camera here, and I'm thinking they're just recording this and then somebody watches it later. Then I hosted that same show, and I saw the control room, and I was like, holy
People watching.
They have rows and rows and rows of people watching your every move, even when you don't think a camera's on you, even when you're just sitting there talking, when you're like, maybe the guy was on his phone, I could have picked my nose. They're watching everything.
Wow.
And so now I'm like, what did I do? Like, you can hear everything. Even if people do this and they cover up their microphone, you can still hear everything.
The hot mics must have been you must have gotten so used to the mics that you would have hot mic stuff all the time.
All the time. Okay, so you have to give us a confession.
Okay. What do you mean? What's the confession? Just share something secretive?
Something like really embarrassing that's happened to you before. Like the banging a girl doggy style and she puked would have been great.
Would have been great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But something like that, you're like, wow, I've never told this story before. Or you're like, I've told the story before, but it is a good one. It's embarrassing.
Okay. All right, I got you. That's all we do as comics is like try to reclaim the embarrassing moments. All right. Well, if I have to confess something, I hope this doesn't get back to whoever it shouldn't. So when I was younger and not young enough, maybe 8th or 9th grade, I was walking home from synagogue. I was an Orthodox Jewish kid. I was walking home from synagogue, and it's like a 10-minute walk. It's not even that far. Bro, diarrhea comes when it comes, and it came hard. And I was like trying to clinch, and I just wasn't going to make it. It was like another 5 minutes to my house. I just wasn't going to. I was like, I'll get there, pick up my pace. And then I realized I wasn't going to make it. And my neighbor, who we were friends with, I mean, it's down the end of the street. They had this row of bushes. So I went into the row of bushes, and I'm telling you, I couldn't make it. And I just shit on his house. I shit on their parents' house. And there's a difference, what I've learned in New York, between a human shit and an animal shit. And it's just, you just know. They don't get confused. So anyway, I did it. I used my underwear to wipe, and then I threw that in another neighbor's, one I didn't know, into their trash can. And then I went home. End of story. Except the next week in synagogue, the rabbi had to say, hey guys, just so you know, there's been a hate crime in our neighborhood. And I'm not going to tell you the name of the people, but there was an anti-Semitic hate crime where someone defecated on their house. And everybody was like, well, we got to do something about this anti-Semitism. And I was just like, we sure do. We sure do, because that's the only possibility of what happened. And I'm a touch regretting saying this right now because, I mean, I'll still get in trouble for it. I hope my parents don't listen to this. All right, that's it. God, it sucks. God.
Well, where can people find tickets to go see your show before you disappear off?
AriShaffir.com.
Yes.
My podcast is You Be Trippin' Pod. You can get that anywhere.
You Be Trippin' is funny because you talk about trips. Or do you get high when you do it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe came in. He's like, can we smoke a cigar in here? I'm like, bro, yes.
Who is it?
Rob Lowe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing.
I mean, yeah, the place smelled so bad for like a week. I had to get like 20 of those stuff for the fridge, whatever they're called, baking sodas. But like, it was so worth it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
oh my God, if
smoking a
Rob
cigar
Lowe
with
asked
Rob
to
Lowe.
smoke a cigar in here, I'd be like, please, I'll smoke one with you. I don't even smoke cigars.
Yeah, I kind of have to.
Snoop Dogg, I was 18 years old at an underage concert, and his uncle asked for me to come backstage.
Nice, lady. You know what that means.
And I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But they were like, do you want to smoke weed?
It means you're hot, though. That's what it means. It means you're hot enough
I
to
was
get back
like,
there.
okay, 18-year-old Kaitlyn. And I smoked a blunt with Snoop Dogg, and I was 18 years old.
That rules. What a story that is.
Cool, right? And
Yeah.
I have a photo somewhere, but I like that I'm like, I can't pull it up on my phone. I don't need to prove it. I know it's the truth. I had one on a disposable camera. I had a diamond on my tooth because that was cool when I was 18. And then I left because I was like, his uncle's really creepy.
That was trash. The diamond in the tooth.
Trash, for sure.
Trash.
Yeah, Leduc, Alberta,
I didn't
trash.
want to let that go.
Oh, yeah, don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I know.
okay.
I knew. I also was like, had my tongue pierced. Oh, yeah.
This one I don't like. The little piercing up there. It's like you're going to hang your keys
Do
on it or
people
something.
still do that?
Ugh.
I had this
Right.
pierced.
Right there. Yeah.
And then it like clipped my gums and I had to get gum grafting done. So that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool.
I smoked out of Willie Nelson's bong once. His chicken somewhere
cool.
Dallas. Yeah, she goes, I got a bong from Willie Nelson. And she's like, do you want to come back and smoke? I was like, yeah, that's so cool.
Is that a pickup line though?
I guess. We did hook up. And then condom, we were responsible.
Yeah.
At some point it fell off. And I was like, all right, whatever. And she we're done. She's in the bathroom. I'm like looking for it. It's in the sheet somewhere.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then I just hear from the bathroom, what the? Ew.
Oh no.
Like, oh, there it is.
It was inside of her.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's rough
chicks
out
have
there.
a tough life. I don't know how you guys do it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on before your show. I know it's.
Yeah, this is cool.
I was saying earlier, I'm like, it's so much. If somebody asked me to do a podcast before I had to perform, I'd be like, no, thank you.
No, it's good warm up.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
for me, I just try to be conversational on stage. So this is all like
great. I
Yeah.
lubed you up.
What, you lubed me up.
I lubed you up for the
Exactly
show.
right.
You're
That's
welcome.
exactly right.
Okay, well, good luck at your show tonight.
Thanks.
And for the rest of tour. And
Yeah,
thanks
I'll
for
be over. I'll be in Calgary.
Hey, thanks for the invite.
Oh, you guys are both invited.
I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. Your session is now ending. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind a rating and review.